Hello, this is Candys0n here, and today we're finally back with some of the tournament games. So in this game, I'm going to be playing Problg. I'm just going to have this series for this video, and I'm just going to be explaining what I'm doing in real time. So this is going to be a little bit more of a laid-back Bloons analysis type video. So, first we start off, we have the Dart Monkey. And there's two types of Dart Monkeys in here. There's the 0-3 and the 2-3, so keep in mind that there is a difference between them, but I try and minimize that as much as possible. But I start off with the Engineer. The Engineer, or the 2-1 Engineer rather, is probably the best starting off card. It is very effective, and it scales well into round 4 and 6. He's starting off with a boat. I do not like that positioning. If you notice, in the games with Bob and Tyler, they are putting it on the opposite side of the lake, so it could catch leaks. And also notice that Todd has his boat on first. You don't put the boat in first, you put it on either last or strong on here. It's one of those weird instances where targeting does matter. On the Engineer, you just leave it on first, and it works for round 4 right now. He's not sending pinks, so we don't have to worry about it. And we don't have any pinks to send, but at the same time, we have 2 pink sends. And throughout the tournament, I generally had 2 pink sends, so I could more consistently send pinks on round 3. Not only consistently send them, but I could send 2 sends. And what that would do would be to force leaks. There is no way you're defending 90 pinks on round 3 if you send eco on round 2. Or round 3, to be honest. If you energy, it lasts well past your energy. I can balloon boost, and it just works out really well. So you see, he got the not the ninja, he got the wizard there, which is pretty good. It's got the group popping power, but honestly, it's not going to make the difference in his defense. Attack sprayer would have been much better. You can see we're sending some pinks, balloon boosting it. And he gets up another boat, so we force him to get up another defense. And honestly, the balloon boosts aren't as valuable as tower boost. And, okay, this is where the 0-3. So you notice the positioning. The positioning is just right to where it can actually target the start of the track. And you may be wondering, why is that important? And that is important because it allows it to look like it's a 2-3 Dart Monkey. If you place your Dart Monkey there every time, the average player does not realize it's a 0-3 Dart Monkey until it's too late. And if they think it's a 2-3, then they think it has camo detection. So he sends some leads to us. We're just going to get the 0-0 cannon. Make sure to put that in strong after a tiny bit of hesitation, I guess. And now it's on strong, so we should be fine. That one got past. No big deal, it's just going to catch it when it comes back around. Worst case, we leak 23 lives, and we're still up on lives. I wasn't really worried. But it's on strong, so it actually catches it. So you can see, we're just doing just fine with our defense. We have the wizard, we have the laser cannon, and he rushes us. So we just get the laser cannon. Simple as that. And we defend it. And this is where we realize he doesn't have any money. If he has a laser cannon in his hand, he does not have enough to afford it. He only has $1,750 in selling towers, which means he has to save up around $2,800, $2,750, I think. Don't quote me on that, but he gets the tax sprayer there, and we just sold and went all out. He has no battle energy, which means even if he got a laser cannon, he would not be able to defend this. Because laser cannon, contrary to popular belief, does need energy for round 14. So we take that game, and you can see we were very decisive at the end, and we just went through with the decision. We sold the laser cannon and just rushed him because there was no way he could defend it. And that lack of hesitation, rather, will win you games. You have to be decisive, you have to just go with something. Whether or not that was the best decision, if I hesitated through it, I sold the laser cannon, I was like, oh, I don't want to rush, I would have lost. You sell it, you rush, you go, and there's nothing they can do. You just attack them. And here, I leak a couple lives, no big deal. I just went straight for that 2-1 Engineer. Again, very good starting tower. He's going off with the wizard, which means he's going to be very weak for my double pink send round 3. He's going to have to give a lot more defense. He gets up a boat, and the boat is one of the best things for pinks. If he puts it on either last or strong. On this map, I generally prefer last though, but strong works as well. He leaves it on first. So, I mean, if he leaves it on first, we're going to do just fine. he just chases and we get lots of lives passed. And now we're just waiting for him to energy before we balloon boost. And if he energies, then we wait for the energy to run out and then we balloon boost. But he's decided just to take the leaks. And there's nothing we can really do about that. I don't necessarily want to waste the balloon boost at the same time, because he would just energy. And now he's got his boat on, looks like strong. So you can see how much better he's defending now that it's on strong. And that's a really good example of the targeting use in it, live example. So he sold the boat for some reason. I don't understand why he's... Okay, he got the airburst darts. I don't think selling the boat was the best option. You could have sold the ninja and the wizard for a higher combined total. And I just get up the dart monkey. I'm probably just going to have to battle energy this, because I'm trying to maintain lives. I realize that even on Hydra, lives are important. You don't want to just mindlessly lose lives. Losing lives controlled is fine. Like round 1, I lost 10 lives. So what? Here, I didn't want to leak like 20, 30 lives or whatever it would have been, because that can be the difference sometimes. And it may not have been the difference in this game, if you've seen it before, but you never know. And you always gotta prepare for the unexpected. See, we sent the yellow Sen, and had we boosted that, we might have been able to take him. However, we did not. So that could have been, that was a lack of decisiveness on our part. Sure, we rushed, but we didn't rush. And yes, they're the same words, whatever. We didn't go all out. And now we're sending another yellow Sen, but by that time, he's gonna have enough. And this is where the game goes, eh. So, he does that rush. Well played on his part. We're just gonna battle energy that just so we don't lose too many lives. And this is where he sends leads. Okay. We send leads at him for some weird reason, and we don't have lead popping power anymore. Since we don't have lead popping power, how can we beat leads? So we try that, doesn't work. It happens. We accidentally sent our leads, and we didn't have anything to defend. It happens. So I'm not really worried at this point. I just go into the next game, stay calm as usual. And yeah, you gotta stay calm. If you notice throughout the tourney, I stayed calm, and my playstyle did not really be inconsistent throughout the entire tourney. I did change it up in the final series, but that was not me panicking, that was me realizing that my strategy just could not beat Hexa. So there is a difference between a calculated change and panicking. So every change I made throughout the tourney was calculated. Every series I changed the card or two. I realized my deck was not perfect, so I had to keep making changes to get it to that level. So here, we're just starting off with that triple darts. I want to say it's a 2-3, but don't quote me on that. It doesn't really matter, because the way I place them, it doesn't really need the range or the camo, because, you know, I've got wizard plus laser cannon for camo. I don't need camo detection on these dart monkeys. And he's trying to rush us, get a couple lives here, there, whatever, and get up his eco. But these dart monkey spots are just too good for leaking on this map. And the only thing that screws with this placement is AI regrowths. So you can see some of that happen on round 9, I want to say. Don't quote me on that either. But you can see we're staying no lives lost. He's leaking a couple. At this point, you really don't have to care about lives. We're just both trying to focus on eco. And again, I'm playing that higher pressure. So if you notice in all my games, I generally play a very high pressure style. And that's not by accident. I formed these decks in a way that not only allowed me to maintain lives really well, but they allow me to have a little bit more aggression than what a Tyler or Bob deck does. I mean, their deck is better, but at the same time, mine has a little more aggression. So you see here, our eco's pretty good. 486 round 6, 510 round 6. It's really good right now. So this is a high eco game. I'm pretty sure Todd was similar as well. Maybe down 20-30 by round 10 or something like that. Not much at all. So we just got up another triple darts. Again, just some easy defense. And that one, I believe, Again, I'm not sure the targeting on these. I don't really care at this point. But it's a triple dart. So it has 3 darts that it throws. And each of them pops 4. So that's all I need to know. So he just keeps sending, and the targeting is really weird in this map. I do not like his top 2 dart monkey spots because they only attack the AI once. I have my leak dart monkey over there, which it gets to attack him twice. And not only gets to attack him twice, it gets to attack him at the end. So it's really good for catching leaks. So I mean, he just keeps sending eco, we're sending eco, and by round 8, we're at 730 eco. So this is not a low eco game, at all. And here we gotta prepare, in case he sends leads again, which he probably will after last game. I mean, if he saw us die so easily to leads last game, why wouldn't he send it this game? And you also notice I do have the the Fire Wizard in this deck. And that's not by accident either. So, in practice versus Problg, I played one game with him, and that was just a real quick game, whatever. But I was watching his stream, whatever, and I noticed from his decks, he had a very weak reaction to the Fire Wizard card. And you see, we're sending some zebras there. So, he gets up the laser cannon, has the energy. Okay. I don't think he had the energy, but yeah, he didn't have the energy. But I guess he expected that it was a larger send, not just the Dart Monkey send, but instead the Spactory send. And that's another neat trick, is sometimes you can actually send the Dart Monkey send and they will think it's the Spactory send and energy right away. And then they realize, oh, it's only like 20 zebras, not the 60. And they didn't have the energy. But yeah, but with the Fire Wizard, yeah, I noticed in practice that he was not best versus it. So I brought it. And after this series, I never brought the card ever again in my main deck. Because that was purely for this series. I did not want to bring that card at all. But versus Todd it worked. At least once it did. And I also do not like his Dartling spot. Very bad for catching leaks. I like mine better. You still get the straightaways. You get just as much straightaway as his does, but you also can catch leaks that get past the AIs. Where his are, if there's a lot of AI balloons, he can no longer target the scent balloons. Like right there. There was a good example of the scent balloons getting in the way of the AI. Everything just gets in the way there. And at my spot, it does not nearly as much. Not to say it doesn't get in the way sometimes, but it's far less. And we still got our straightaways. It's no big deal. So, I mean, everything's just going fine. We're both getting up a bunch of eco. Round 18, round 19, we have to prepare. What if he has the Spactory send, or the Spike Storm send, rather, which he does. Now, we don't necessarily know that at this time, because I don't know if he's made changes to his deck. I don't know anything. But you gotta prepare for it. And he doesn't send it. He got defense, and he's still sending stuff. Or not, yeah, he's still sending stuff. So, I'm obviously worried about that. I realize that he may send the Moabs. He may send 6 Moabs with that. So, I gotta realize that I need a little bit of money saved up. What if he rushes round 19 with BFBs? What if he rushes with those fast corner Moabs? What if he saves up for round 21 and sends a huge rush? So here, we're sort of being a little hesitant on our eco. But not hesitating, but rather waiting. We're trying to see what is his plan here. So we're getting up a little more defense, in case he rushes. And we've got plenty of eco to work off of. Honestly, if I didn't send a single more eco balloon here, I would not mind. This is more than enough eco to go into late game. So I really would not mind just never sending eco ever again, and I'd be just fine with it. And that's one thing you notice, is once I get up to these eco levels, I generally play a lot more passive in my eco. I just stop sending it, really, because I don't care enough to get more eco. After around that 2k mark, it really doesn't add too much. I mean, obviously, I'm gonna keep getting eco because I can, and they're not gonna punish it, but the one time I really went all out is the one time it backstabbed me against Bob. And I'll explain that when we get to that series in a future video, but in this one, it worked out just fine. We're getting plenty of eco, and it goes into the later rounds. He decides not to rush us, even though that's his best chance of killing us. I don't know if he had the Ray of Doom send, but if he didn't, he would have been really screwed. I don't even think he ended up sending it, because of what actually happened in the game. I don't really want to spoil it too much for people who haven't watched the series. I mean, if you really want to watch the entire tournament, I'll put the link in the description for Bruno and Lockie's stream. But you can see, we're just getting a bunch of defense. And, okay, he's rushing us. And we just Sabo. That is a Robo-Monkey send because it's 5 BFBs. I want to say. It looks like 4, but it's probably 5. So the balloon boost is actually layering them even better. So we just hit that Super Monkey Fan Club, and the rush gets destroyed. Just gonna battle energy, and there's nothing that rush will do to us. And now we realize he's a little low on money. So we may want to play a little aggressive. He has no defense. He just spent, I want to say 10,000 on rushing. I want to say 10,000. Maybe 13,000. I don't know off the top of my head. So we aren't sending much eco right now. We realize he just wasted about 300 eco. So he is a little low in money. At the same time, I'm expecting him to rush me. Because now that he's down a couple hundred eco, he really has to play to win more. I mean, not to say he wasn't playing to win at the start, but he has to play more aggressive. He really has to take me down, because the later this game goes, the larger my economy lead gets. So, I see he hits the battle energy there, so I just send him 3 BFBs. And it's whatever. It's nothing amazing, but at the same time, I just want to do it to force him to react. And I actually send those leads in case his Juggernaut kept going down the AI path, which would mean that his towers can actually hit the BFBs. I'm not sure if that actually works out, but I think that I was doing that to mess around with the targeting. Now, had those leads actually stayed, it would have also messed with his Spike Storm. And that would have gotten real fun. Because the leads actually move faster than the BFB. He gets the Robo-Monkey, which I really do not like, but it barely works. It looks like he dies in our screen, but he did just fine on his screen. It's probably just a little lag with the Dartling. But I really do not like the Robo-Plasma. If you're gonna go with the BFB send, just go with the Apache, go all out, get those 7 BFBs. And if they don't get up a ground 0, they're screwed, type deal. But he gets the Robo-Monkey, which barely holds off 3 BFBs, which for its price is really bad. Really bad. I do not like that card at all. So, at this point, he really doesn't have any defense. And he needs to get more defense, and then Juggernaut spot. What? You put the Juggernauts at the front so they hit the ceramics. We're just getting more defense. We realize we just have to defend. So we're just sending a little bit, just enough to keep us with some eco. We're getting up more defense, and spending the money basically as it comes to us so we don't have to worry about cycling cards later on. Sure, we're getting up a bunch of Fire Wizards for mod popping power. Nothing amazing, just a little extra. And we have that Ray of Doom in the back also. In case he rushes us, we can get a Ray of Doom, or we can even counter rush him. Or if we're feeling real risky, we can actually just rush him first. And then he has to focus on defending. Or he can send, but he has to focus on defending if he wants to live. Which means that he can't really rush us. And he's having a Sabo round 30, which is not a good sign. Round 31's coming around. This round's really easy, it's just a couple mobs, whatever. Next round is the huge ceramic rush that I remember dying to so many times in practice. So I realized that I probably need to worry about it. So I just get that down, and I was thinking my defense could hold it. And it probably could. I just hit the battle energy just to make sure. I did not want to risk it, and I was just going to energy, or I would have just abilitied the next couple sends. And that's the end of the series. So, that is me just thinking in real time about it. Explaining what I was doing, explaining what I thought about he was doing.
a little more laid back than the Bloons analysis. For some of the other games, I'm probably going to do the Bloons analysis, but we'll see. For those who are wanting to participate in the giveaway, instructions will be in the in the description below, with exact instructions on how to participate in the giveaway. And with that, hope y'all enjoyed, and see y'all in the next one.